We have some really beautiful quotes at the bottom of page 205. To let the children do as he likes. Here she's bringing in now the conversation around freedom. And what does that mean? And again, we talked last week about, does that mean that we have chaos and we just follow a child right off the cliff? No. Here she's talking about, this is when a child has such a strong sense of internal discipline. The child can do what he likes, she likes, or they like, because that internal discipline will bring them right back to that chart of they're going to find work, that they're going to be able to concentrate, have work, an internal sense of discipline, the social ability, and the super social. And the next page where she talks again about development and action. Development cannot be taught. It can't be something that we can give a grace and courtesy lesson. It does have to be something that they are experiencing on their own through a prepared environment. And real freedom instead is a consequence of development. And I just love how she uses the word consequence in this way, because so often we talk about freedom and discipline when we think of the word as consequence as something that's negative, something that's bad, something that I give you because you deserve it. And here I just have this word, I have a heart around it, because it's another paradigm shift of thinking of consequence in a positive way, that our children do in fact receive consequences in positive ways, and that is through development. And last but not least, I want to highlight on page 207, and this is going to be a quote I'm going to make for integrating Montessori, is our concept also agrees with the words of, and I hope I pronounce this correctly, and if I don't, please let me know, Gibran. Work is love made visible.
His name is Gibran.
Okay, Gibran.
Gibran, yeah.
Gibran. Thank you.
Or Gibran, sorry.
Gibran.
Yeah.
Work is love made visible. And if we can just think about that quote first in our personal life, is my work, is that my love being visible to the world? And then thinking about our learners and when they are doing a work that allows them to be deeply focused, and they are concentrating, and they are being independent, and they figure it out, they complete it, they finish the work, they put it back on the shelf, or they show you. And you just see that love that's so present in their eyes. And you just know that is their work is love made visible. So I would like to next ask y'all those are the parts for me that stuck out. What parts for you, as you read this chapter, if you had the opportunity to, what stuck out for y'all?
The one thing that stuck out for me was at the bottom of page 205. I have the same book that you do, Britt. And it says, children who are disorderly because order had been arbitrarily imposed upon them, children lazy because previously forced to work, and children disobedient because their obedience had been enforced. I cannot tell you how many times I see that in the classroom every single day. Every single day.
Yes. And again, I felt like it was I have an asterisk by that one too, because I feel like there was such a paradigm shift the first time I read it, in the sense of, wait a minute, my learners aren't lazy. It's my environment and how I've prepared it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so, it takes us back to when an issue arises in a classroom, we first look at the environment.
Mm-hmm. And
then we look at ourselves.
Yeah.
And usually we hardly ever make it to the learner. And if we do make it to the learner, if we get there, then it's probably something, an accommodation or a modification that actually has to happen with the learner. But almost always does it happen with the environment and then with us.